All right, let's get back in here. It's a YouTube member exclusive. It's me, the Chadster. It's the Queen of Extreme. Hey, I don't know if you noticed this, but I have a nice little quotation, the Chadster, underneath my name this week for our video recording. I don't know how it popped up on my thing. I like it. I'm going to stick with it.
You didn't put it there?
It just popped up in the little sign-on screen, so I was like, oh, well, I'll put Chad, and I'll put the Chadster underneath.
That's kind of scary. Who put it there?
I think I played around with settings, and I didn't realize it, but...
You did it. Okay.
Hey, it's there, and I'm very proud of it. But this is a member-exclusive video for our YouTube members. I love doing these. These are always great because we get to give this directly to you. Instead of digging in the archive, it's all original content. So, Queen of Extreme, before we kick it off, how is everything going with you tonight?
Are you really going to ask me that question? Or I just told you what's going on? I'm dying. I'm dying over here. There's problems going on. We're going to get them solved, but right now, like I said, if I keel over, y'all will know why.
Don't drop anything. I think if you drop something, that's probably not going to help. Jeez.
Drop what? My hand?
Sounds like you dropped something.
I dropped my lip gloss.
Oh, okay. Well, don't drop your
lip gloss. My lip gloss be popping. My lip gloss be cool. Remember that song?
Yes, I do. So.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm here. Well, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's do it.
Well, I'm not sure if you're aware of this. As
I'm probably not. I'm not aware of anything.
As our theme song fades into the background, but 26 years this month.
Wow.
Barely Legal, 1997.
I was 25 years old.
The pay-per-view that started it all for ECW.
Oh, yeah.
Now, we talked about it last year with the 25th anniversary, but we didn't have a YouTube member exclusive, and another year has passed. So I got to ask you, with another year in the books, how does it feel looking back at Barely Legal 97? It's hard to believe it has been that long, but nonetheless, here we are.
It's very surreal. Sometimes I feel like it was yesterday, and then other times I feel like it was a million years ago. Because, like, in my mind, like, I look back at some of these clips and I'm like, I cannot believe I did this. I would never think to do this stuff now. What the hell was I thinking 25, 26, 30 years ago, whatever it was? I don't know. Who was I back then? Who was that person? Because I don't know her anymore. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I think once you get north of 25, that's like where it really starts to be like, whoa, that was a long time ago.
It was really like a real long time ago. And Shane sent me an article today. What was it? Like the 7 top entrance themes. Because he's a mark for himself. We all know that, you know. And he was number 5, I think. I don't know if he got a little offended because he was number 5, not number 1. But we always like send each other, if we find something, we always send each other little tidbits. And Moose sent me a video off of YouTube of Shane and I and like best moments. And I watched it. It was short. It was like 4 minutes or something, but I'm watching it. And I'm just like, good Lord. I can't believe some of this stuff that we've done. Just crazy stuff that I forgot about. You know, it's fun to look back and reminisce and be reminded certain things anyway.
Well, that's the beauty of, you know, doing this show and doing everything we've done with Eyes Up Here and then all the YouTube content and all the podcast stuff we've done. It's like we look back at house shows, we look back at pay-per-views and TV tapings, and you see these things that you forgot. But when you see articles written or these long-form videos that people produce, they kind of fill in some gaps. But Barely Legal is the one that I think that all the eyes were on because it was such a battle for you guys to get on the pay-per-view, number one. Number two, even though Taz and Sabu were the main event of Barely Legal, I mean, if there's a 1A, there's a 1B, and that is the story between Shane, yourself, and the Pitbulls and the craziness that went behind the whole thing. But just the story of ECW and pay-per-view in itself is a main event story because it looked like you guys were headed there. Then it looked like you weren't. And then you were headed there. So what was it like for you guys? Did you think you were ever going to make it there after the initial push was pulled back?
I think as a unit, as a group, that's what we were striving for. That was the next step for us, was to be on pay-per-view. We had syndicated television. We were traveling all over the country. This was organically the next step. So when we finally did get there and Paul does that speech, that I think Shane sent me that speech too last week. And my God, I got goosebumps last week watching Paul talk to us, because it's that scene from Beyond the Mat where we're all standing there and Paul's just, you made it to the dance and he's thanking Terry Funk, and Shane and I are standing there and I think I'm crying, and it was just like such an overwhelming moment for us as a collective unit, because we all fought so hard to make it to that night. And then unfortunately, Shane and Anthony's match did not go as planned and they weren't happy with it. I remember coming through the curtain and they just were not happy with it. And then 30 seconds after we go off the air, the power goes out. And how lucky were we to make it and end when we did and not have to, go off the air with a match in the ring. Like, just, I don't know. There were so many things going on that night. We were just happy, that we were a part of it. And I can say, as an ECW original, I was on every single pay-per-view. We had 21 pay-per-views and I was on every single one of those pay-per-views. Yeah. So that's a fun little fact about myself, and never got paid for any of them. But I was on every one of them. So that's a feat in itself, I feel. Now, I don't know how many people can say they were on every single pay-per-view.
Yeah, because Joey Styles, I think, did he miss any, or was it you and Joey? Because I feel maybe like he might, Joey. I feel like he might have missed one for some reason, but I could be dead wrong on that. So how would Joey miss a show?
No, I think he called.
So maybe you and Joey.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, because guys have left and come back, and then you had the guys who, might not have worked, or they worked dark or something. They didn't make it to TV. I don't know. I just know I was on every single pay-per-view, all 21 pay-per-views.
Now we've talked about, the comings and goings of that feud, and obviously, your turn, the table bump, and everything that went behind it. The Rick Rude inclusion, and maybe some of the things going on between Shane and Rick, and then this match, and some of the things not syncing up. So the vibe afterwards, not so great because the match wasn't what maybe it could have been, right?
Yeah.
Do you remember going into it? Were they on the same page? Or was it just, did we kind of know from jump that maybe it wasn't going to be the match that it ended? I mean, was it accurate? Was it the match that it ended up being?
I don't think they realized that things were going to go astray during the match. I think going into it, we were so hype and excited, because I believe we went on 4th that evening. I think we were the 4th match. And we had to follow Michinoku Pro, who were fantastic. I mean, they were just all over the place, and everybody was on their feet for that match, and then here we come, and it kind of was like, the fart in church. And I just remember Shane being upset afterwards, and I really don't remember, because I haven't watched this in forever. I don't remember exactly what went wrong, but I do remember him being visibly upset when we went through the curtain. So, I to this day, we all just kid around. We were like, yeah, thanks for putting us on after Michinoku Pro. Like, that was a really good move. You know what I mean? And, but going into it, no, I don't really think they anticipated. I wouldn't call it a bomb of a match, but it wasn't what they wanted to happen.
As a huge fan of Shane, this is not the feud that I want for Shane. I don't want to see him in this kind of feud. I don't want to see him in with a big bulky guy like that. I want to see him in a feud where he can really get down and work with a guy. Like, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see the military press, and I don't want to see that. I want to see him on the mat. I want to see like really like good technical work mixed with the brawling, right? So I wasn't really like super excited about this. I'm just going back to just remembering as a fan, but we're kind of getting close to the time here for our our member exclusive. So I'm gonna just pull up a little bit of the match, and we're gonna take a look.
Okay.
I got a couple questions for you.
Yeah.
If
You have 9 minutes.
If I'm ever so inclined, as we record this before we go live tonight,
I know,
on our YouTube.
Okay.
If this takes you back to those lovely days of yore.
That outfit, I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I think that's lingerie.
That was my first question, because here we are.
Yeah, I honestly think that was lingerie. I don't remember where I bought it. I don't know.
The graphics were different on this show. They were actually very WWF inspired. I remember seeing that for the first time. These graphics were a little different than what we were used to on ECW TV.
Okay. So you see the black thing on my arm.
Yeah.
That's supposed to be a weapon.
Oh, interesting.
And it was cardboard with
really?
electrical tape wrapped around it. And Shane uses it in the match.
Oh, interesting. Ooh, the secrets of the ring.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, now
foggy.
I was gonna say,
there I am.
That smoke is filling the ring. Is that distracting?
No, it's distracting to watch it as a fan. I can't see. Come on now. Where are we?
And so it has come to this. I said on television that I came back.
Love that belt, by the way.
Yeah.
Gonna move it forward a little bit.
Packed house, standing room only. The electricity was amazing.
I'm gonna move it forward a little bit.
Amazing.
Talking. Yeah. Oh, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Now, tell me more about the power outage part, because I think a lot of people hear that. I don't think they know a lot about it. So what
went
happened?
Out, 30. I don't even know. 30 seconds after we went off the air, everything went out. I don't know if they blew a fuse. I don't remember what happened, but everybody was just like, "Thank God it didn't happen while we were on the air." Because wouldn't that be like just something that would happen to us?
But was it legit? Like in the building went out?
Yeah.
So wow, that's crazy.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened. The power went out. Oh, something happened to me. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, right there you can see Anthony didn't even send him into the ropes on that one. Shane just whipped.
See, I gave him my secret weapon. Did you see it?
I did.
Off my arm.
Our cameras caught that. It's got something in its fist.
It's cardboard with electrical tape.
Now, okay, so let me ask you this. So now the guys who had worked pay-per-view before, right? Are they like giving the folks who have not worked pay-per-view tips on what to do? Are they like kind of giving you guys instructions, or
could have been? I don't know. We stayed with our little group for the whole day. We were going over the match. So like I don't know how much experience Anthony had with pay-per-views. Shane had some experience. I was a nervous wreck, literally ready to vomit, pass out, die. Like in Gorilla, I was hyperventilating. Like I was really, and you can see how nervous I was. And Paul's, telling me, you deserve it. You're not going to mess up. It's going to be fine, blah, blah, blah. I was so sick to my stomach before we had to go out. Because I had always worked live to tape. I never worked live, with people watching me. It was always like, oh, if something in the back of my mind, it's like, if something happens, Paul can fix it, right? I don't have
Right.
to worry. I can, be redeemed by Paul. This, I'm like, well, if I miss a spot, if I miss something, what's going to happen to me? And Paul kept saying, when do you mess up? You never mess up. He goes, stop it already. So my nerves were just so friggin' bad. So bad.
Yeah, I
And
mean, you
then
worked in
we
front
had-
of
there's
hundreds of
Chris.
crowds.
Chris is there with a bum arm. You see him on the outside. He's got
Yep.
a splint.
Oh, look at
That was on
that.
his head. That looked like it was on his
1,
head.
2, 3. That's the outcome you needed in
And
this.
the crowd goes, eh. The crowd was just like, okay.
Yeah, they're not even reacting.
It was kind of like, great, let's move on. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Again, I would have to watch this whole match. Maybe we can do it one day and have Shane
Yeah.
on the show
Oh, that would be awesome.
and watch it.
Give you an ass kicking of a lifetime.
Oh, here comes
But
Rude.
you see the voiceover is Rude, but when we get in the ring,
Right.
it's Brian Lee.
Oh,
Look at his cocked head.
That's come on.
Come on now.
Come on.
Oh God, I love Brian Lee. I wish I could find him to get him on the show. I would love to talk to him. Yep, he wanted me. Whee! I think he kissed me with a closed mouth. I think he was a gentleman. You can tell by the body that's not him. Come on now.
Right, and he had been gone for a while too, so that's a good
But
surprise.
now look. That's great. This got a bigger pop than the match. You know?
Yeah.
Look at that guy. That guy's excited.
See, it's a great reveal because the last time we saw Brian Lee, he's triple threat.
Yeah.
And nothing happened with this.
And where did I go? Am I still passed out from a kiss? I mean, really, get out of here with that.
This is, I have to say, with all my critiques of Rick Rude's choice of wardrobe, this is the best thing he ever wore inside of an ECW arena.
I knew you were going to say that. Oh, God.
That's a great idea. That is a great idea. We have to do that. Maybe that could be another member exclusive.
With Shane, yeah. Because it picking his brain would be more insightful is what I'm looking for, because he knows what went wrong and he could elaborate way more than I can. But I just know that it was just kind of like momentum was high, and then when we were done, it was like not good. So, but happy to be a part of it, and I don't know. It was an electrifying night nonetheless.
Yes, it was. It was an electrifying night before the electricity
Before
to electrify itself.
Yeah, for sure.
And take itself out the game and leave everybody in the dark.
Yeah, exactly. So we were lucky in that aspect, but still proud of it. Still proud we were on the show. I'll always be proud of ECW no matter what. And it's my word, and I'm sticking to it.
Well, if you enjoyed that, go back and watch Barely Legal 97, which can be found, I'm sure, on WWE's Peacock. Not an endorsement nor a advertisement for them, but that's where I know they're owned at the moment. So go check it out unless you have it in your library. And we will catch you next time we get back on here for a member exclusive. Continue to check for updates from our library. Our library is vast and expansive, and I will continue to find gems in there. So keep checking, and I will keep uploading. So
awesome.
We'll get out of here for the Queen of Extreme. This is the Chadster. We will catch you